The attention turns to the Chiefs and Bills, a pair of AFC powerhouses.
I think the hype is real, but I think they're overhyped. People act like that they just can be 17-0 type teams.
Pass rusher Von Miller just came off a Super Bowl with the Rams and says it can happen as well in Western New York.
As long as we just keep chipping away at it, we'll be okay. All Super Bowl teams, they have similarities, and success leaves clues.
Patrick Mahomes is the only one who has not seen success without this weapon.
I trust in Big Red. I think Andy Reid knows what he's doing. I really honestly do.
We're fired up and ready to go, baby. We're back in Arrowhead yet again, baby. Holla at me.
Down to the scale break, did $130 on a beltway. Caught a bomb, Travis Hill safe. When we touch down, it's a tailgate. Peace looking like a milkshake.
This is Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, and we are live on ESPN2. ESPN Radio is presented to you by Progressive Insurance. Amber Wilson and Harry Douglas hanging out with you, filling in for the guys. You can follow us on Twitter at AmberW Sports. That's me at HDouglas83. That's him. You can also join the conversation on the call-in line at 888-SAY-ESPN, 888-729-3776. We have been asking you who is the team to beat in the AFC this upcoming season as we head into training camp here this week. The phone lines are lit, so let's go ahead and get to some more of your calls. Jose is in Tampa. Jose, what do you have for us on the Chiefs?
Hey, good morning, guys. How you guys doing today?
Good morning. We're great.
Doing well.
All right. So, listening to what you guys are saying, man, first of all, I want to go off of one thing. I don't know if you guys remember the last time we heard Bart Scott say something about the Kansas City Chiefs. It was on ESPN, how he said that the Kansas City Chiefs are the roster and that they have now coming in, they're possibly not going to make the playoffs. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah, I remember it.
Okay. So, honestly, a lot of people and everybody on ESPN and everything thought he was crazy for saying that. Honestly, I'm one of those that don't think he's crazy. I'm going to believe it. And the reason why I say that is because the loss of Tyreek Hill is a big factor. You guys think about what he does on that field. He controls the middle. Mahomes, third and whatever it is that he goes to, he has Tyreek Hill. That's his comfort zone. Lamar has Mark Andrews. We all know that. Now that Tyreek's not there, he's that factor that draws that second triple team, which then allows Travis Kelce to be Travis Kelce. Or should we say he gets his swagger back. But we're going to see a different Travis Kelce this year. We're going to see him actually work harder for his yards. Juju Smith, I can get with him. He's a good slot, but he's not dynamic enough to get you those long yards. And at the end of it all, they're not dynamic enough to beat the AFC West, nor a total full packaged AFC overall.
Thanks for the call, Jose. I mean, obviously they are in a stacked division. We already covered that, Harry. But what I thought he said there about Travis Kelce was interesting because they still got Kelce. They still got one of the best tight ends in the entire game. And yes, you're right. Juju, Valdez, Scantling, they aren't Tyreek Hill, but you did bring in multiple pieces to try to make up that huge void of Hill. Plus, again, Kelce's still there, but Jose thinks he's taken a step back.
We're talking like the Kansas City Chiefs didn't bring in quality guys.
Right.
Like Marquez Valdez-Scantling is a quality receiver. Mm-hmm. Juju Smith-Schuster, when he's healthy, is a quality receiver. Mecole Hardman, I think he's going to step up and needs to step up more this year. Sky Moore was one of my favorite receivers in this year's draft. If Justin Ross can be healthy, I think he might be one of the steals of the draft, and they didn't even draft him. They got him as a free agent.
Yeah, I mean, they absolutely have decent pieces. I think it's just that when you look at the void left by Tyreek, that's what people, I guess, are so nervous about. Again, as a Dolphins fan, I want to believe it's true, but I tend to agree with you that, they did bring in...
It's a team game.
Right, it's a team game.
People do understand that,
And
right?
at that position now, I think it's going to be more of a team approach. Because, yes, you might not have arguably the best receiver in the game anymore, but you do have a good receiver room when you take the room as a whole. Darren Yates is in Ohio. You apparently agree with Keyshawn Johnson about Josh Allen, that he needs to show you more. What's up, Darren?
Yes, I've been a Buffalo Bills fan for 40 years, and I saw Jim Kelly, and I don't think that Josh Allen is, in his mind, the quarterback that Jim Kelly was. I think I always tell everybody if Josh Allen had Jim Kelly's mind or Jim Kelly had Josh Allen's athleticism, they'd be unbeatable. And, you know, Josh Allen's close, but he's not there yet. So
thank you, Darren, for the call. That is a caller who really appreciates yesteryear for his team.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Josh Allen it's not even a question, it's a statement. Do people understand that Josh Allen is only going into year 5?
Apparently not. I've been surprised by that as well, because you were right when you spoke earlier about Josh Allen when we played the Keyshawn bite. Keyshawn's like, I need to see more. It's like, well, we've seen more every single season, right? I mean, quite literally, he has shown us more every single season. Yes, his rookie year left something to be desired. None of us were sold on him yet.
Yes.
But at this point, I don't know how you're not sold on Josh Allen.
Well, let's just say the last 2 years, 2020, Josh Allen completion percentage was 69.2. Threw for over 4,500 yards, 37 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Last year, that's the year they went to the AFC Championship game when they lost to the Chiefs. Last year, over 4,400 yards, 36 touchdowns, 15 INTs, but he rushed for over 700 yards.
Pretty good.
And you talk about a thriller, one of the best games I think I've ever seen in my life in NFL history. Between them and the Kansas City Chiefs, throwing for over 350 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, and putting his team in a position to make it to the AFC Championship game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's stop acting like Josh Allen is in year 10 or year 11. He's going into year 5, and he's progressing each year.
Every single year.
And he's one of the main reasons why we're even talking about the Buffalo Bills going to a Super Bowl and contending this year.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, think about where we were with this Bills team 5 years ago, right?
Yes.
When he comes into the league, and where we are now, where we're all believers in the Buffalo Bills, which is just even strange to say. And so much of that is predicated on the success and the growth of Josh
I like
Allen.
his mindset. I love Josh Allen's mindset, man. He a dog.
I was surprised that that caller, who was a Bills fan,
man.
said that that caller said like he didn't think that he had the right mindset like Jim Kelly used to. I was surprised by that as well. I feel like Josh Allen seems like a winner.
Jim Kelly hasn't won a Super Bowl. He's been to some, but he hasn't won one.
I
love Jim Kelly. It's not a knock on Jim Kelly. I'm just saying he's talking like Jim Kelly won a Super Bowl.
Right.
He didn't win one.
I think everybody just likes who they grew up watching, right? Like, it's just nostalgia. This is Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max coming to you live from the Seaport District at Pier 17, brought to you by Chase. You can watch us live on ESPN2. So I mentioned Keyshawn talking all crazy about Josh Allen because he did that not long ago. For context, here was Keyshawn Johnson, host of the show, Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max, talking about Josh Allen.
I don't believe Josh Allen is the reason that the Buffalo Bills were in the position that they were in. I believe it was the coaching. I believe it was the acquisition of Diggs through the general manager and Brandon Beane.